My friend Carol from Toronto said, "I know you like to travel a lot, but I don't think you enjoyed a cruise. Why was that?" So I thought I would just fill you in a little bit on why I didn't like the cruise. First of all, I've only been on one cruise, so it's probably not a fair opinion yet. I think it was a Carnival cruise and left out of Florida, and I went with a few girlfriends of mine, great girlfriends, so it should have been a blast, and I was really expecting it to be a lot of fun. I was excited about my first cruise. The problem is I really wasn't prepared. I didn't know anything about taking a cruise, and I really wasn't prepared for all of the things that were going to happen. We all met up on the upper deck, and everything was going great. We were kind of waiting on, everybody to get on board and everybody to get through security and things like that. But once that happened, the first thing they made us do is all go down to our rooms for the safety procedures. So this is all fine and good, except after the safety procedures, the boat actually took off. And that's when I realized our cell phones didn't work. And I made the mistake of not finding out the room numbers of all my other girlfriends. So here I am on this huge boat. The boat has taken off. We can't reach each other by cell phone. We can't text each other or anything. And I have no idea what the room numbers are. So I spent the majority of the time trying to find my buddies, which we're talking, it was a huge boat. Like crazy. The other thing too is I do love to travel, and a lot of you know that, but I don't do a lot of sightseeing. In fact, one of the things I love most about traveling is room service. I love my big king suites, and I love my steak delivered to my door, and I really enjoy my room probably more than anything else when I travel. As you can imagine, rooms on a cruise are not that great. They're like closets with bunk beds. And yes, I probably got one of the worst possible rooms on the boat. But hey, like I said, going back to the beginning, I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into or what the options were or anything like that. So just booked it, didn't think twice about it, got there, and then figured everything out as I went. So for an introvert with an itty bitty room, my only real choices were just to get out on the boat and see what was going on. And I will tell you that to me, especially as an introvert, it was like being stuck in Vegas and you can't get out. It was horrible. There were like people everywhere, and they were drinking and they were dressing funny and they were just kind of living it up or whatever. Like I said, it was like being stuck in Vegas and you can't get out. So then, on top of just kind of wandering around the boat in this crowd of crazy people, on top of that, there happened to be a storm coming in. Okay, so we were cruising to the Bahamas. And let me tell you first, let me just back up and say, by the time we got to the Bahamas, you had to get back off the boat, go through security, and then go do all this tourist stuff or whatever. And it's like cattle herding. You know how security is. Well, it's worse on a cruise than it is in an airport. When I go through the airport, I fly through. This cruise thing was like cattle herding. It was really bad. So by the time we got to the Bahamas, I'm like, forget you people, you guys just go right ahead. I went all the way to the very top of the boat, grabbed a lawn chair, and laid in the sun, and I watched all those people pour off the boat. It took hours, literally. And I was like, good riddance. Goodbye, crowd. That was my favorite day on the whole cruise, was sitting on top of the boat completely alone, enjoying the sunshine. And you know what? One of those Disney boats pulled up beside us, so I watched a Disney movie while I was laying in the sun. It was awesome. That was my favorite day on the cruise because everybody else left. Yeah, a lot of freaks on cruises. So anyway, on the way back, this storm starts to roll out way out in the ocean. And so we have this pitch, right? It was bad. At this point, I was really bored. I was so bored, in fact, that I signed up for a line dancing class. Yeah. I get to the class, and they had to cancel the class because the pitch was so bad that it would throw us off the stage. So they replaced it with a game of bingo. So now you know the truth about why I'm not a cruiser and my experience, why I didn't really enjoy it that much. But I will say, it's not that I won't ever take a cruise again, because I'm sure that I will, but I will definitely go back more prepared. Number one, I'm going to book the best room that they have, because I know that when I travel, my room is like my safe haven from the people when I want to take a break. When I want some me time, I definitely want to be in something larger than a closet with bunk beds in it. And the other thing too is I think I'll be more prepared as far as the activities that I'll do, the people that I'm with, what rooms they're staying in, how we're going to communicate with each other, and things like that. So yes, it was a big learning experience for me, and it was not an enjoyable one at all. In fact, when someone even says the word cruise, I cringe. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, and to be honest with you, the whole boat thing is not my gig anyway. Like the minute the boat took off, I'm like, I want out of here. Get me out of here. I want out of this thing now. But I was there for, I think, 3 days. So it was okay. It wasn't so bad. I just, kind of rolled with it. But now you know why I don't particularly like cruises.